Welcome to Nostalgic Necro, and today in the arena we are playing Mardu Ketramose. The story behind today's video is very interesting because it sort of shows how sometimes all the stars align, and I felt like all the stars aligned really nicely for this video to get set up. And so the story is as follows. First of all, Wayne Reed, who's a very regular commentator on this channel, he actually wrote a comment and told me about this version of Mardu Ketramose that they are using to try and rank up with, and asked me if there's any way I could maybe have a look at it and maybe give some feedback. And then at the same time, I received an email by a gentleman by the name of Thomas Cote, who told me that they were inspired by another Ketramose video that I did quite a long time ago. I'll discuss that in a second. But he said that he actually built his own version of Ketramose and was wondering if I could have a look at it and maybe showcase it. And I thought this would be a great opportunity to bring back the A versus B series. For anyone who's new to the channel, the way that it works is that I start with one deck and I play with that deck, and if I win, I stick with it because we want to win in the arena. But if I take a loss, then I switch to the other deck and I play that one, and then if I take a loss, I switch back. And so it's just a fun way of keep switching and adding a little bit of fun and tension to the video. And so we're going to start with Wayne Reed's deck for the purpose of this discussion. Now, whenever I'm discussing Wayne Reed's deck, there'll be WR above my name. That's how you can keep track of which version I am dealing with and which version I am talking about and which version I'm playing. So Wayne Reed has gone for a very traditional Mardu Ketramose control shell. Just quickly about Ketramose, if you've not seen this card before: 3 mana, 4/4 menace, lifelink, indestructible. What's not to love? It does have a downside. It can't attack or block unless there are 7 or more cards in exile. So the first thing is you got to figure out how to get stuff into exile before you can really get the value out of Ketramose. But then Ketramose is also a draw engine because whenever one or more cards are put into exile from graveyard or the battlefield during your turn, you draw a card and you lose 1 life. So it's also your draw engine in the deck. So very flexible because your draw engine and your win con. And so one of the traditional ways to build it is to build it in a control shell that basically uses a lot of sweepers and removal that essentially exile, so that you get the Ketramose online and draw ability. And this deck does it with removal like Strategic Betrayal, Rest in Peace to shut down the graveyard, Inevitable Defeat, a very cool card that I'm very excited to play for the first time. Can't be countered, exile any non-land permanent and you gain life and your opponent loses life. The End, very powerful card to deal with creatures or planeswalkers and combo decks, because it can actually just remove all of those cards from the opponent's library and hand as well. And then Deadly Cover-Up Sweeper that has the exile ability for the collect evidence and also to pick out stuff from your opponent's graveyard. And then the Cease and Desist, just a very good stabilizer to, in the early game, draw cards and gain life and also exile cards from graveyard. So that's the exile package here. And then Wayne Reed has gone for a bunch of other interesting choices and cards. Gone for the Authority of the Consuls to slow down the aggro decks. Scavenger Regent is an interesting choice. I guess this is just the flexibility of having a body and a sweeper. And of course, Day of Judgment doesn't really do much in terms of exiling things, but is a 4 mana sweeper, and you need that to deal with the aggro matches. And then a very other interesting card here is the Ultima. I think this is needed because you got to be able to deal with those artifacts decks that are so powerful. And then to me, the most interesting thing about this deck is the inclusion of Elspeth Stormslayer. I already like the idea of building Ketramose in a sort of planeswalker shell, because Ketramose can be very vulnerable on its own when it's your only win con. But when you also pair it up with planeswalkers, specifically planeswalkers that have some exile synergy, I really like that idea. It's something I want to explore more on this channel. And Elspeth is a very powerful planeswalker and also has the 3rd mode, which allows you to destroy target creature an opponent controls with mana value 3 or greater. So it does have some synergy with Ketramose. I really like that idea, and I think there's actually more to exploit there. But this is Wayne Reed's version, and we are going now to switch over to Thomas Cote's version and talk about that deck. Okay, so this is Thomas Cote's version, and whenever I'm referring to his version, I'll put TC above my head. That way you know that I'm talking about this version of the deck. And secondly, a huge congratulations to him, because he told me in his video that he piloted this deck to win his regional championship qualifier. That is a very nice achievement, so congratulations to him. It is a best of 3 deck. I'm just going to be playing it as a best of 1 deck. Here's the sideboard in case you're interested in copying it for yourself. But the idea for this deck actually originates from another video that I did quite a long time ago, which actually came from an idea that Valkyrie Ruin had to use adventure cards in order to get Ketramose online. The main card that you want to do this with is the Decadent Dragon, because it goes into exile because it's an adventure, and then it exiles 2 cards from your opponent's library. Now you can use those cards and play them if you want, but you can also just let them sit there, and therefore you get 3 cards to power up Ketramose and get it closer to that critical 7 card threshold that you need. And you can also use the Virtue of Persistence for that, because it also goes into exile. Very nice early removal, and then in the late game it can also be a win con, getting creatures back from the graveyard. Now this deck tries to be a bit more proactive in terms of fetching Ketramose. With the Overlord of the Balemurk, you hope to mill and hopefully find Ketramose. However, if you don't, this deck plays quite a lot of creatures, so you can pick up some other good stuff. You can get the Twinmaw Stormbrood, very nice removal and a body later in the game. You can get the Qarsi Revenant, 3 mana for a 3/3. Flying Death Touch lifelink, that's very good stats, and the renewability exiles it from the graveyard, so it synergizes nicely with Ketramose there. Also the Flanker, very good card to ambush your opponent if they attack, and you can flash this in and exile enough cards to get Ketramose online. You can get Ketramose online that way, and then because Ketramose is indestructible, you can just block, and you can also gain life because Ketramose is lifelink. Very nice synergy there. And then 1 Cathar Commando to deal with artifacts and enchantments. There are a lot of artifacts and enchantments in the current meta. And then the other side of this deck is just playing a whole bunch of removal and, you know, some sweepers. For example, the Pinnacle Starcage is an exile sweeper, so it's pretty nice to get Ketramose online. Strategic Betrayal for the graveyard. Get Lost is just very flexible. Seam Rip is also exile, and the Ride's End is another exile removal spell. So all that removal is just to keep you in the game, I suppose, while you can build up to that Ketramose 7 card threshold and hopefully take over from there. So yeah, that's what we're doing for today. And as always, I may be the nostalgic Necro, but I'm putting my nostalgia aside because the stars aligned. Wayne Reed sent me his Ketramose Mardu build, and I also got a Mardu Ketramose build from Thomas Cote. I want to play with both of them and see how they do. Let's find out how it does in the arena today. Okay, I really don't know what to expect here. I am hoping that the matchmaker is somewhat kind to us. Okay, we go first. And we'll start with a Surveil. Strategic Betrayal. Yeah, it's hard. You don't actually sometimes know with a turn 1 Surveil whether that's a good idea or not. Okay, I'll get this down on red because we have no red. A2. I think you hold on to the Betrayal right now. Saboteur. Okay, I think we're gonna have to take this out in Strategic Betrayal. These things, I don't want to discard a card. Ooh, actually wait. Okay, that was a mistake. I could have just done the Starcage, right? Okay, I'm still getting my feet wet here. Okay, so white, we need another white to play the Pinnacle Starcage, we need another black to play the Qarsi. I'm gonna go for white here. I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna try be on the front foot here, get down Ketramose, see if it works out for us. Hope the opponent doesn't have some very obvious removal spell to deal with a card like this. And hope that they play cheap stuff, because my thinking is they're putting counters on my Ketramose, which is cool. They play something cheap, I can just Starcage. That'll be pretty cool. Oh, they got Strategic Betrayal, that's so rough. I was worried about that. Now we have no double black. Oh boy. Well, I'm gonna try to get black off the dragon here. I'm still hoping to hit something good off the Starcage. Man, that's pretty unlucky, I feel. Come on, I mean, why does it feel like opponents always have the answer for Ketramose Slasher? Okay, let's see what we hit here. Cecil, land. So we hit land for you. That's pretty good. So unfortunately, we can Starcage, check out just the Saboteur. And then Strategic Betrayal, the Slasher. It's actually pretty good, right? Okay. And then get rid of this forever. It's pretty good. Okay, after making that early mistake, it's pretty good. Now we have 5, almost have the Ketramose on the line if we can find another one. But it has 5 cards in hand. They go for a Preacher. Oof, okay, we can deal with Preacher with this. Bye. I'm gonna go for Cecil here. If it flips, we can get a lifelinker. And if they have removal, which I suspect they do, I'd rather the Qarsi survived. Tiny Bones, oh my word. Sunset Saboteur. Forsaken Miner. Well, that changes the picture a little bit. So we definitely attack here to get the... try get lifelink. See what they do here. They might just... they won't take it, right? They do take it. So I think that's a mistake by the opponent. You don't want this thing to flip. And then we're going to go for the Revenant and try to flash in the flank to ambush them. Oh boy, I tell you what. I might get away with that early misplay. That'll be really nice. This is key. The opponent doesn't know about the flanker. We have to surprise them with it. This has Menace. This has Menace, but everything of ours has lifelink. That's... oof, another Sunset Saboteur. Okay. Shoot the Sheriff. I think we can do about that. Okay, let them attack. They have to put a counter on the Revenant, which is nice. Flash you in. How many cards do we have in exile? Do we need anything to get Ketramose on the line? We have Ketramose on line, so we will just put a 1/1 counter on each creature, on this creature for each creature that left the battlefield under your control this turn. So we can make this a 3/2. Okay, I'm just going to take this Scry here. Another lifelink is good. Okay, you're going to have to take... oops, you're going to have to take out you. Can't let this thing live. Down to 4. Okay. Man, we're taking 8. Oh man, how do we do this? Playing you. We can't afford to attack though. We just have to hope the opponent doesn't top deck something good. We have to double block the Saboteur. And they can, you know, at least we're gaining life. Yeah, so we double block you. Oh boy. Close one, but we're in this because we have lifelinkers. To 9. Oh yeah, this thing gives other things lifelink. Oh nice. Nice by the opponent there. They're just doing pretty good there for themselves. Okay, get down this. And we can give it lifelink. Okay. Yeah. Not land. Okay. Okay. I think we're okay here somehow. We could just play this full price, but we can't. We have to give this lifelink. Flying Death Touch lifelink. Let's just start with the Overlord play. See what we hit here. What's the right card to take? Just another Qarsi. And then we... I'd rather just give this thing lifelink, right? Okay. So we're just going to attack here. Oh, this creates a treasure token? I actually didn't know that. Oh, I could have played down this other Qarsi. I didn't realize this thing gave a treasure token. Oh, that makes it way better. Okay, please don't have removal. Okay, nice. treasure token. What does this do? Put each creature exiled with this artifact into its owner's graveyard. Create a 2/2 colors row that's for a copy. Okay, so we can get a Sunset Saboteur of our own. I think I'm happy to just keep attacking here. I mean, they're dealing us 6, we're gaining 6, and with this we're going to start gaining even more. Okay, now we just have to hope they don't find removal, and we need to find some sort of removal for ourselves, and they're making our life linkers very big. It's the good thing. Okay, block. Oh boy, I feel like we kind of got away with it here. They have some removal? Man! Oh, and they get the second miner back? Oh, and we top deck land? Are you kidding me? Oh man, this is rough. This can enter tapped. Put, oh, exile. This thing can't block. No, it can block. So we can get a 2/2 Sunset Saboteur. Is this only at instant speed? I mean, I've been staring at this card so long, the opponent knows exactly what we're up to here. Okay. Okay, we're gonna do this. Ah, the opponent scoops. Oh man, okay. Damn, that was a crazy game. I made some early mistakes. Still very much figuring out how to navigate this deck, but that's pretty cool and nice to start with a win there, so I'll take it. Okay, Ketra Adventure wins, and therefore we keep going with Ketramose Adventure. Opponent goes first, removal. Keep this. Get this down tapped. What is this? Some sort of control deck? Okay. Seamrip doesn't help much. Next turn we can get the Multiversal Passage down on black and play the Qarsi. Okay, not great to just draw land. I don't think there's a choice here. We have to apply some pressure. We need to do this. Let's see what the opponent's up to. Expecting the counter here. It's not the counter. Maybe it's get lost. Opponent Lightning Helixes. Our poor Qarsi. Great target for the Lightning Helix there. Okay, so it's clearly a control matchup. How do we win this game? I mean, we have all this removal. I feel like we're pretty vulnerable against them. Unless we, we're not drawing also creatures, which is a bit of a problem here. Okay, opponent finds their black source. So they've been playing black all along. We're going to have to try hardcast these Twinmaw Stormbrood just now. Don't love our situation here. Opponent's got a hand of 6 cards, so we applied no pressure on them. Now they get to draw. We will try. I'm gonna try hard cast these, see what happens, and then if if we have nothing, I'm probably just gonna take the L. Okay, well, we have to pay 2 for this and hardcast this. 5/4 Dragon. Oh, and we gain 5 life. I didn't actually know that. Gain 5 life from this card. Good to know. When you play new cards, you pick up little things. Like I never see this thing hardcast. It's always, I'm always seeing the the Omen side. Ooh, that's pretty good. I mean, it's not online. What do we need? We've got black. We'll take black. So we could try put this thing on this just to apply pressure on the opponent to do something, and then try get Ketramose down. I think I'm okay with that. Maybe if Ketramose can come down, something good can happen. Inevitable defeat. Okay. Well, I'm hoping that they don't have a 2-mana counter, because this Ketramose kind of has to survive. And if they have a 2-mana counter, it's going to be pretty sad. Because, yeah, okay. At least Ketramose is down. It's not online. But maybe we can get it online. And maybe they don't exactly have the easiest way of dealing with this card. So I feel like this is our best shot here. Now we have to find a way of exiling the graveyard or something like that. It's Grixis Control. Sorry, not Grixis. What am I talking about? Oh, they have the inevitable defeat for that. It's Grixis, and then they're also playing... Okay, I don't know what it's maybe 5-colored control? I don't know. Okay, so Ketramose, we'll keep that for sure. Let's keep playing our creatures to apply pressure on the opponent here. So the only color we haven't seen is green, right? Yeah, so it's like 4-color control. Gain life here. Does the opponent have 30 life? How did they get to 30 life? This is 3 life. Oh, Lightning Helix. Oh, and then they gained life from these Tranquil Coves as well. Okay, well the opponent's going to be under no pressure here, but we're going to try to respond here. Ride's End. I mean, we could just get lost our own thing, get map tokens. I don't know, I'm just gonna try this. I don't know what else to do. I'm trying to at least have something to get with the overlord with the Bailmerk and maybe prevent the opponent from exiling my stuff. So we could play this for 5 mana. Playing it for 2 mana gets around the... It's around some counter spells, and we can at least get back, at the very least, the Stormbrood. Okay, this is not bad. Can help us get stuff. Let's take this. Try to take our opponent's stuff here. I mean, we are in a very bad shape here, but I always say against control, while you have a shot, just keep going. Just keep going. You never know, you might surprise yourself. Jeskai's Revelation. Man, how do we get this through them? It's an instant. Oof, we need to surprise them with this. Do we have the colors for this? We don't have blue. We need blue? Oh damn, we need blue. Oh, if we had blue, we could cast this against them? Blue, we have the other 2 colors, we just don't have blue. Okay. Well, hey you. It's a very weird thing I find with the Decadent Dragon. Usually when you exile stuff, you get to play it for converted mana cost. And in this case, you just don't. So you gotta have the colors. Okay. You gotta have the colors of what your opponent is playing. It's kind of a weird thing. And I think I'm gonna give it one more turn here to see if I get a top deck, but I'm pretty ready to scoop this one and just say good luck to the opponent for the rest of their magic journey. Hopefully I never bump into them again. It was not a pleasure playing against them. Flanker. Flanker. I mean, I don't know. We try flash in the flanker. They're on 31 life. Okay, I'm gonna scoop this one. I think it's a pretty boring match to watch as well, and we just didn't really draw creatures in the early game. I do try to... I don't want to like scoop immediately, you know, it's always like a hard thing for me against control. Like you just scoop, but I feel like you have to try. But in that case, you know, the opponent's got a stacked hand. I don't think we're gonna win it. Okay, I'm really hoping for a creature-based matchup. I feel like these Ketramose decks are a lot more interesting when that happens. We go first. We got the inevitable defeats. Pretty excited to play with this card myself today. Never played with it before. So this deck needs 5 mana to get going. So I'm going to keep that, because it's got a lot of sweepers and stuff like that. And if it's an aggro deck, we do need to hit that 5 lands. And, you know, if you put that away, got no one to blame but yourself. Okay, so let's just get black here. Okay, are you a creature deck? You're not a creature deck, but we could have a good matchup here. If it's Kavaro, they take the Awakened. Okay, we are in a good shape here. This is a very, very favorable matchup for us. Hopefully I don't mess it up, but we should be good with all the stuff we have to deal with the graveyard. Okay. Again, it's all about knowing when to pull the trigger. A bit of the Belmerk. Okay, bring us down there now. So bring us down. So let me just think here. I don't want to be in a rush. Bring us down. If they play it now, we can get rid of all the bringers. Because they don't have the... Got double black, right? Double black. Okay. If they Kavaro now, we can actually just get rid of Kavaro as well. I think this is okay. Okay, they go for Kiora instead. Okay, I think in that case we'll Strategic Betrayal. At least now we get rid of a creature. And force them to rebuild. Okay, now they got Terra in the peak, so now we got to be careful. Because now they can just beat you in one turn. So I think we will just Strategic Betrayal this turn. Yeah, we'll just Strategic Betrayal. Goodbye. And gain some life, but we're good, we're good. Okay. Now, Terror of the Peaks gets hard casted. So I think we the end that. That's one of their key combo pieces. They also might not run basics. They play red. Okay. We're going to try the end this thing. Just get rid of one of their key pieces. This will deal us damage, right? Deals us 1 damage. Let's do this now. Bye-bye. Okay, opponent's got Kavaro land. They only have 2 of these. Okay. Okay, so we got rid of that. Should have looked more... You know, I always forget to look more carefully at the opponent's deck. Okay, I really want to take out the Kavaro. I'm going to hold up this the end for that. As much as I can. Okay, this will do Arden. And it's actually Kavaro, right? Okay, they get Kavaro. We take damage here. We can Deadly Cover Up and just get rid of Kavaro next turn. So I think we're good. Okay. You. So we Deadly Cover Up, take out Kavaro. This time I am going to look at their... I'm going to look more closely at their library. Okay, Kavaro. Oh man, this deck can just dismantle this deck. Okay, what else do they have here? They got Esper Origin, they got Strategic Betrayal, Kiora, Ringer, and Summon Bahamut. What a weird deck. They only play 2 Kavaros? Oh, the other ones are all in exile. They play 3? Did I miss a Kavaro? Why would you only play 3? Okay. Well... got lots of the ends here. This is ridiculous. Okay, opponent plays land. Oh man, I should have done that before they attacked. It's fine. Okay. We end this thing. 1, 2. feel like I'm missing things. Like, why would they only play 3 Kavaros? Okay, and we're gonna start also taking out the lands. Is there any land they really want here? I just don't think they even have basics. Okay, the opponent's definitely fighting here. Surveil. Okay, we got the top card, they get a Dredge's Insight. Okay, well, we'll take out... is there like an optimal land to take out here? I actually don't know. I think he has a creature land. I'll just take out this starting town. I don't know if it matters. I don't think they play basics, which is why I'm just trying to whittle down their lands a little bit. Okay, we will take white, I guess. Ultima. Oh, that's so sweet. Do we just play it now? We're not really under any pressure. It does force them to rebuild. So this is going to add 2 mana. We know their entire hand. They don't have much to do. We're going to take 4/5. I think we're okay. Holding 1 turn here. Maybe they'll play a big creature down. Hopefully I don't regret that. I mean, respect to the opponent for really fighting here. They're not giving up. Even though I've done a lot of terrible things to them in this game. They take the Bahamut. We have the end for that. We still have to deal them 30 damage somehow. They have milled. They've only got 9 cards left in their library. Okay, I'm happy to take this damage. The opponent plays Bahamut. Then we can just Ultima Dragon. Okay, well, we'll do this again. Take out Cavern of Souls. I don't know. It wouldn't really matter to us too much. And we will get this time... What should we get? What should we get? Let's get black here. So they don't play the Bahamut. Gonna have to deal with this though, right? Just trying to think here. We've got the Bahamut. We need to take it out, but we need to kill their stuff. So do we use the sweeper now? I guess so. Just okay, this is also pretty good. Okay, I'm just gonna do this then. I'll just use this on you. And Strategic Betrayal. Let's get rid of their graveyard. Okay. Opponent's got 8 cards left. If they play this, they mill 4. We have the end to take out their Bahamuts. They play Bringer, but they don't have... Oh boy, I'm really glad I actually was not thinking about that. Yeah, I've been waiting for this Bringer. Goodbye, Bringer. Oh boy, this deck absolutely dismantles this deck. Okay, we're not out of it yet. They got lots of creatures. How many of these do they have left, by the way? I think they had a couple, right? They had a couple of these Bahamuts. Let's just get rid of this Bahamut. It's a very powerful win con. Okay, so they got 2 Kioras, they got an Esper Origin, and they have a Town Greeter left to beat us with. Okay, we just need to draw removal. This is pretty good. I'm just going to hold this as removal. I'm not going to play it as a creature because they are going to mill themselves out way before we have to worry about anything. 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, congratulations for the opponent for sticking it out here because it can only be the most frustrating scenario in the world being absolutely dismantled by this deck. I mean, they have no chance. Everything we do just like deals with their graveyard and exiles their stuff. So that's a really great showcase of how this deck absolutely goes to town in Kavaro. So that's something that I've learned. Okay, man, Wayne Reed's deck absolutely going to town in Kavaro. I would like to, opponent goes first, I would like to get the Ketramose going in one of these games. I feel like I never get it going. Opponents always have a way of dealing with my Ketramose. Okay, we'll keep this. We have some early removal. Okay, go for the Verge. Oh, no, we might as well just get this down tapped on red. No, sorry, we'll get it down on... What don't we need? Wait, this is Mardu, right? We need white? It's white, right? Yes, we need white. Okay, so now we have all the colors. Bricks! Oh man, this is rough. It's gonna be the... I don't think we have a great matchup here. It does play the Cease and Desist though, right? Maybe that's the win con against this deck. You play Cease and Desist? I think this deck plays 3 Cease and Desist. That can absolutely obliterate them, right? Destroys all artifacts and enchantments, but we're gonna have to find it. And you gotta find it quick. Okay, we need another white here to play the Day of Judgment. So I'm gonna go for white tapped. And oh, I really hope I get Cease and Desist. I'm pretty sure there's 3 of them in the deck, and that I think there's 6 to cast. That'll be really cool. United Battlefront, man, opponent's not wasting any time going to town on us here. Synth and Repurposing Bay. Woof. That is not great. Okay, that's good. That is good. You got to take out the Repurposing Bay. I've learned that. I've learned that through hard experience. You always think that you should take out the synth, but you gotta take out this Repurposing Bay. It's insane. It just lets them go nuts. They can find whatever they want with this card. It's not acceptable. Absolutely not acceptable. Another synth. Okay, so now we need sweepers, and lots of them, until we hit the Cease and Desist. Oh boy. Situation is definitely not good. We hit the end, it's not Cease and Desist. So, they have Judgment, there's no other option here. Okay, they have Judgment, tries to keep us in the game a little bit longer, but we're in trouble. Okay, opponents doing that, I think, because they realize that they're probably not going to have a target for our stuff. They have another Repurposing Bay. Damn. Okay, we have to find the Cease and Desist right now. And then we need to top deck a land. Oh, can they just win now? Because they can just give this thing haste. Oh, this deck is so evil. Oh, they get another Repurposing Bay. Okay. I mean, we can take out... Oh, yeah, we're going to take out United Battlefront from their whole game plan. Let's try that. We're going to do that. We're going to collect evidence here. 1, 2. And destroy all this stuff and take you. Because this is a problematic card. Pinnacle Starcage and this thing. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Well, at least we got rid of that. And... we're in huge trouble still, because we have one more sweeper. Oh, I forgot to... you know, I always forget to have a look at what they actually have in their library. I should have checked to see if they play the Fire Crystal, just to know if they can haste me. It's something I need to just remember to do. When I use the end or one of these cards, I just have to get better at that. Just remember to look at the library. Okay, opponent knows what they're doing. They're trying to go nuts here. I guess if they had it, they would have used it by now, or they will use it now. Okay, yeah, they're probably going to get it now, right? Yeah, they do have it. Okay, so we just lose that one. Okay, very tough matchup. The deck does have the Cease and Desist in the toolbox to deal with that, but trying to get to 6 land is pretty rough to try and pull that off. So it's not an easy way around this deck, although it does actually have the Ultima as well now that I think about it. Yeah, it also has Ultima, so it's got quite a lot of ways to deal with this deck, but we just didn't draw it in this game. Okay, switching back to Mardu Ketramose Adventure. We go first. Okay, got black, so we can play the Qarsi. It's a pretty good hand. It's a little bit on the slow side, but we actually have this 2 mana early game removal. It's not so bad. Already have Consuls. Okay, this. And what are we up against here? I hope it's not Control. Oh, it's Control again. Another Authority of Consuls. So, you either do this because they're tapped out, or you pick stuff out of their hand. I don't really know what to do here. I mean, they're tapped out, so it's your one opportunity, but we can still play this at instant speed. Oh man, why do I keep coming up against Control? That's a really bad matchup for us, I think. This can just enter tapped. Sure that this Qarsi will die. It doesn't die. Okay. Flanker. Flanker does what? Could do this now, actually. I had not. Let's just do this now while they're tapped out. But we can find something good here. Rest in peace. Okay, I mean it's not bad, but not exactly what I was hoping for. Blue. And hit that Jeskai's Revelation now. Take this. The attack here. See if the opponent decides to react to this. They get lost it, but it's not the worst thing ever. We're gonna have to take out this, we try to take it out with this or this. This is a creature. I'll go for this. The opponent has a counter. I wouldn't be that, I mean it's okay, but I'd obviously ideally like to try to get value from this later in the game. Go to the Bale Merc. Opponent gains life, but we can try find stuff. Look at Qarsi, man, we're in Qarsi heaven here. This double authority is a problem, it's really slowing us down. We hit another dragon. Let's go for this here. And comes down tapped. Might as well play this Rest in Peace. I don't think we're holding it for anything specific. Might as well, because it sort of gets our Ketramose. Oh! What am I doing? Okay. I just exiled the Qarsis. Is that a bad thing? How bad is that on a scale of 1 to 10? It's not the worst thing, because the Qarsis are... I mean, this is not a game where we're going to lose because of life. The opponent's going to mill us down or something, so I don't think... It's a misplay, but I don't think it's going to be game costing. Could be wrong, but that's how I feel right now. Okay. It's got 4 cards in hand. They've got 2 Restless Anchorages. They have Elspeth. And we don't have any way of dealing with that, damn. I think we have to try find Get Lost here. So we have nothing else to deal with this problem. Okay, let's see if we can find Get Lost. Find Stock Up. We can't play it because it's... Oh, it's on blue. Oh, why did this blue get tapped? Oh, that's so irritating. Why did this blue get tapped? Why did the auto tapper do that? Okay, we're in huge trouble now. Stock up. Try to find Get Lost, please. None of these really help. I guess the best thing is Ketramose, although I don't see how it survives. Oh, we can take two things, right. I think we take the dragon to try and keep digging for answers. And do we just slam this Ketramose into a counter? I mean, I gotta try get it down. We're under huge pressure here. They do have the counter and they can draw and discard. Man, we're in huge trouble. Oh boy. Huge trouble. Okay. I'm trying to think if there's anything this deck can do to get out of this situation. I mean, this was a mistake because it also nullified my Virtue of Persistence. I really didn't think that decision through. I just thought, oh, rest in peace, that's Ketramose, right? Okay, I think I'm going to take one more draw here and then scoop it up. I don't think we can get out of this situation, unfortunately. I think this deck and Ketramose in general is going to just have a very tough matchup against Control, and it's just a very rough situation to be in. Even though this version is interesting in that it does try to be more proactive. But nevertheless, it seems like it still struggles to keep up with the Control decks. Okay. We get the Get Lost here, but it's too late, right? We can mill equal number of cards in their graveyard. Okay, that actually doesn't mill us out, because we have no graveyard to speak of. This kind of changed the equation. Definitely do this.
You can still win this war.
Okay, we can still win this war. That's what Elspeth said. We are going to take a lot of damage here, but let's try. I mean, that changed things a little bit for me. Enter that tapped. Overlord of the Bailmoor comes online. Tell you what, I was very close to giving up here. Now I'm kind of feeling okay, because this thing is useless. You know, each mill card equal number of cards in their graveyard. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so opponent's going to have to win with damage. Fortunately, we can't take it out. We do have a flyer that's coming online. That's good. That is good. Okay. So they're gonna have to. Okay, I think I see their plan. They want to get around the flyers. And they can try keep it up with the map tokens. So we need to find some removal for flyers. Unfortunately, this thing is not great at that. And they're making their thing pretty big. Stock up here and try to find an answer to this problem. Okay, Get Lost is good. This is pretty useless, so we'll just take Overlord. So, we play this. Okay, let's do this. Get land. We paid land for turn. Okay, so we can either hold up the Get Lost and hope they don't have a counter. Or we play this, but it comes in tapped, and we're under huge pressure. Okay, so we can't attack here. Okay, they can still mill us, they just can't mill us quickly. So we are definitely in trouble. And stocks up here. They've decided to take the turn off from the map token strategy, it seems. Maybe looking for a counter. also have the fish. See what they do here. They decide to just take this turn off. I think that's pretty smart of them, actually. There's no need for them to really rush. Oh, this is flying. I swear, I'm like, oh, where do we get flying creatures from? My hand's like stacked full of flying creatures. Okay. Get this down. Don't think we can really win this game, though. I still feel like... How do we get through this thing? Okay, let's attack. Maybe we can get them to power up this thing and get lost in response. I doubt it. They're probably going to see it coming. Yeah, they see it coming. So we just do this. I get down another flyer. We're going to try one in the air. But it's very tough, because they've got 2 flying creatures. And they gain life every time we play a creature, and we're on a clock. So we have to hope that somehow we draw enough removal to deal with their flying creatures and that they don't have the counter spells for them. Okay, that's fine. And I mean, I'm sure they're also just sitting on sweepers as well. See what they go for here. Will they go for the powering up of the Restless Anchorage plan, or have they changed direction? That's what they were trying to do at some point. Yeah, they're looking to draw cards now. We go for the Dev Judgment play, that's fine. I think we can do there. And okay, we'll do this, see what we can dig out of them again. Man, control. Oof, that could be pretty relevant, huh? Oh man, we can just take out this authority. Oh yeah, I'm gonna try to take out these authority of the consoles. They're a huge pain in my ass. Oh, but this only takes out... it only takes out... It's not temporary lockdown. Takes out artifacts and creatures only. Take out this Riverchin Monument. Fortunately, this doesn't go away. Okay, so we need to do this, I think. So it takes out also our treasure tokens, so we might as well use this. Okay, let's start with this. If they try to fight it, we can use the No More Lies. They won't be expecting us to have this No More Lies. Okay, they don't fight it. Okay. It's looking at something. Okay, they want to get rid of They want to get rid of the Rest in Peace. I think we're going to counter that. They want to keep their mill plan going here. I mean, this has been an interesting game in a weird way. So we're going to just get a 4-4. This is a 5-4. What's better? 5-4 is better than a 4-4. But this lets us get treasure tokens. We'll just go for this. We can hold up the Get Lost here also. This thing can enter on... Should have played maybe the Surveillant. Do we get this down on black? Tapped. Okay. Well, we're trying. I mean, we are not in good shape. Not in good shape at all. Get Lost. Okay, they really want to get rid of this thing. Okay, unfortunately, we have no trick for that. They want to play another Riverchin Monument. They've got Ultima. Okay. I think we can do it like that. They blow up, I think. They get back the Riverchin Monument. Dark Commando? Yes, please. They could just have a counter, though. So you could try this to try and tempt them to hit you with a counter. But then if they have the no more lies, then you don't have enough. Oh, we do actually have enough, right? Because it's only 2 and we'd have 3 mana to pay. Let's try this first. Maybe we can tempt them with a counter. No, they don't want to counter it. Let's go end turn. This has flash. They'll probably use the River Churn here. Maybe they won't, but yeah, this will just get them down a bit on mana. Our Commando. We are fighting. We are fighting. We are fighting. Okay. We still have this Get Lost. It's insane. How long have I been holding on to this Get Lost? Okay. We are fighting. We have to keep fighting. Opponent's got 3 cards. Opponent hits land. Okay, we really need this Get Lost to hit. It's such a pity that this thing can't take this thing out. Man, again, if they have the No More Lies, have we seen any evidence that they play it? They do play No More Lies. I mean, we can take 6 here. We got ways to gain life. Then they get a map token. Do you play around the No More Lies here? I'm not going to play around the No More Lies. If they have it, I'm just going to be pretty sad here. Do they have it? They tap, so they have something. Okay, they power up the other Restless Anchorage. Okay, they didn't have the No More Lies. That's pretty good. That is pretty good. And now they've got lots of map tokens to put on this thing, unfortunately. And they've got Ultima. Let's see if they keep it. They bin the Ultima. Pinnacle Starcage, they bin that as well. Okay, they have tapped out your... Oh, they find a thing to mill us out, damn. Pokemon was half their library. Well, this is pointless because they're going to mill us out. This is probably the best thing we can get down. Let's just get a creature every turn while they're tapped out. Hey, you. I feel like this is the best thing we could bring down right now. Because if they're going to mill our library, we might as well get a creature every turn. And we're going to go for you, hoping that you don't have a sweeper. To apply as much pressure as possible. Okay. Opponent's on 26 life. I still don't feel like we've laid a glove on them, really. That's the honest truth. I mean... Yeah, they mill us out here. We will be able to get stuff back consistently now. The Cathar Commando... Take out these pesky Authority of the Consuls. Okay. Opponent's looking at stuff. Tell you what, this game is not totally over. As weird as that sounds, we've got 11 cards here. Opponent's down to 26. I'm going to keep destroying their stuff. I've got to take out these authorities. Right? Okay, take out one of these authorities, which is a real pain in my... ass. Okay, this gives us life. I think it's worth it because we are on a clock because of this thing. Like, it's a race now. It's a race. It is a race. I'm gonna put it on you so we can gain lifelink. We had a treasure. Opponent's down to 19. Tell you what, somehow we've made sort of a game of this. Yeah, this enters tapped. I don't want to play this because this will... I guess we could just look at the top card. So I think we can either be super aggressive here. I think this is the key point in the game. They have 3 cards in hand. We either go super aggressive and just hope that they don't have Ultima. I think you have to go aggressive. Oh boy, I'm going aggressive here. I don't know if this is the right play. We need to win quick. We need to win quick. And they've got 4 cards in hand. And we just have to hope they don't have the sweeper. They have the Riverchin Monument. Oh, man. Okay. I tell you what. We top decked that Get Lost when they had the... we top decked the Get Lost. Yes, I will kill this just because it's been irritating me the whole game so much. When they had the Elspeth down. And that actually turned this into a game. We were behind the whole way, but there was a point in this game, I believe, where we actually did apply pressure on them. And I think there was a moment where they were like, whoa, are we going to lose this game? That's what I think. Obviously, I can't see their hand, but I felt like there was a point in the game where the tension rose. And that's what I asked for in a game, you know, so I actually enjoyed that game a lot. Okay, we're going to do one more here, switching back to Wayne Reed's more control-y version. And it goes first. You cannot keep a hand like this, unfortunately. It has, especially on the draw, but even on the play, as a general rule, I don't think you can keep 4 mana. Got a mullet. This is not better. Wow. Oof. Got a mullet. Okay. Keep 5 cards. Oh boy. Keep this and this. Keep this. And what do you keep? You gotta drop this because you're never gonna play it. I think you gotta do this because if it's an aggro deck, then maybe you can get to Ultima. Like this just answers the most problems. And you just have to top deck well in the meantime. And we actually might be okay, believe it or not. Because we have 4 mana now. And this is white, so this will give us the Day of Judgment hits. And if you multi 5 and win, it always feels like a great achievement. And we might be able to do it. I'm not saying we can do it. But we have a chance here if we can just get to this Ultima. Okay. Opponent. We need them not... I mean, this stick can just kill you in 1 turn. It's so rough. It's kind of good. I think that's kind of good. And it's looking for land. They go for green. Okay. Fortunately, we don't hit something to do right now. Gonna have to get this down tapped on red. Might as well, right? Okay. Survived another turn. Can we survive this? What if they just get one of the crazy creatures that they have, like Tifa or whatever? We're probably dead. If they just stall 1 turn, we're going to be okay. It all depends on this. It's just the Traveling Chocobo. We're fine. We're actually going to be fine. At least, I'm not saying we're going to win, but we're going to get this Day of Judgment off. Yeah, let's get this down so we definitely have white. Just don't want to risk it. Man, 3 demo fields. This deck only plays the... I mean, they play these other cards, but they just sack them at instant speed. So these are not very useful. Okay. Gotta hope that the opponent plays into the board here. Play into the board, please, with your Tifa or the other irritating thing. The more they play into the board, the better our chances are here. They're thinking about it. They go for another Traveling Chocobo. Correct me if I'm wrong, but should they not have played that before playing a land? Did they play a land? I can't actually remember. Okay, down to 9. And we need to hit good stuff. We can't be hitting... Okay, the end is good. It's very good. We just need removal, but this has to do a lot of work. Do they have indestructible? All their stuff is hexproof, right? As far as I know, they don't have indestructible cards, I think. Okay, Evolving Wilds. Rest in Peace doesn't do much here. And it'll get Ketramose online eventually. Just might as well get it down, I think. I mean, we need to find Ketramose and start gaining life. That's our win con. So this will prepare for that. And we can take out this Evolving Wilds, but then they can just sack it in response. There's no point targeting this thing unless it's tapped, but they'll never. Oh, yeah, it doesn't tap for regular mana, so okay. Okay, me and opponent are in a nice staring contest here. Okay, that's good. We're just gonna play this out. Apply pressure. Apply pressure. Although maybe I should have. You got to go on the front foot, right? You got to go on the front foot. Because otherwise, how do you win? How do you win if you don't go on the front foot? You could just hold this back as, you know, another way of dealing with their board. It is double black though, and we don't currently have double black. Okay, Bristly Bill. Ketramose, but it's not online, damn. I thought Ketramose was online. Get this Rest in Peace. So we could just do this. Okay, so here's the choice we have. Can this deck beat us in one turn? It's going to be 1-2. It's going to be a lot of... Oh, we actually can't... Oh my word. Okay. I think you have to do this. Get down Ketramose. Hope I don't regret this. You have to get down Ketramose. Hope that they can't kill us in one turn. And then go for Ultima, and then Ketramose comes online and you start gaining life. That's my hope here. Because if we can just Ultima off here, then we lose 2 cards because of the Rest in Peace. We need to survive this turn and hope that they can't absolutely pop off. This thing doesn't have trample, but they need to find removal for the Scavenger Regent. And then they'd need to swing in for damage as well. Let's see if they can. If they can, I'll just have to learn from this mistake. Looks like they do have removal. They're eyeing the Scavenger Regent. We can get this up to 6. Snakeskin Veil, that's okay. That's more than okay. Still doesn't have trample. I feel like the opponent's got some trick here though, I really do. Okay, Ketramose is online now? Oh, I didn't realize that. Oh, that's fantastic. Oh, okay, that's good. They've gotten Ketramose online. Oh, by doing all this stuff with Rest in Peace, they've actually gotten our Ketramose online. That's very nice of them. Thank you, opponent. It is much appreciated. Okay. Opponent is getting all this tapped land down. Certainly not over. They are going to do what now? Yeah, they do it again. So they got a big Bristly Bill. It still doesn't have trample, and we have an online Ketramose. So at this point, I'm fairly confident, but can they hit us with trample somehow? Can they hit us with trample? Even if they can, we have 2 blockers. We're reasonably comfortable. reasonably comfortable here. So, I think you double block just in case. There's nothing they can, there's no instant speed thing that gets this thing out of range, right? We block here with a 4/4 lifelinker. It's got hexproof. I'm just blocking. I'm just blocking with this. I know they got some trick. Why would they do this otherwise? I don't want to lose this game. They got some trick. I just have to double block here. I think it'll be okay. I'm so nervous playing mono green. They are so irritating. Okay, that's fine. That is more than fine. They might be able to get it out of range of dying. What? What the hell just happened? Ah, oh, we get the win? I was like, what the hell just happened there? Hold on, what the hell did they do? What the hell just happened? Oh boy, opponents, man, they try to come up with everything. Self-destruct, target you control deals X damage to any other target. Oh boy, we were so close there. So why did they attack with a bristly bill? Wouldn't have mattered, right? I don't have to think about it. Welcome back. I put my nostalgia aside because I was really keen and excited to try out your Mardu Ketramose builds, and a huge shout out to both Wayne Reed and Thomas Cote. Trying to build around Ketramose is not easy, I know that from personal experience, so they've definitely taken on a bit of a challenge for themselves, and I know that they've both had success with their versions of the deck. They obviously know how to pilot them better than I know how to pilot them. Wayne Reed told me that he's been ranking up with his version, and Thomas Cote won that regional championship, so huge congratulations to you guys. Now, I'm not going to go into this video about the deck tech of each deck that you guys have posted. I think it's going to take a little bit too long. What I'll do is I'll drop a comment in this video with some ideas that I have based on the gameplay that I had and thoughts that I have. But if you have other ideas for Thomas or Wayne Reed, please also reply to that or just drop a comment in this video, because I've got the feeling that both of them are very open-minded, curious people, and they just want to learn and improve and become better players. So please drop your constructive feedback or anything like that about how you think they could maybe make the deck better. Now, in general, I'm just going to talk generally here. I think, as always with Ketramose, it always feels like a tale of two halves. When you come up against certain matchups, like for example, the Kavara or any Reanimator deck, I mean, with Wayne Reed's version, we absolutely destroyed them, and I'm sure that this version would also have a very favorable matchup there because Ketramose naturally plays a lot of graveyard hate. We also had a lot of success against creature-based decks. For example, that mono black deck, it was an aggro deck. Yes, I didn't play perfectly there, but I still managed to get the win because we have so many ways of dealing with creatures. And again, that last game, even though I mulled to 5, still I was able to get the win because that version of Ketramose that Wayne Reed has plays a lot of sweepers, and we found the sweepers. So that is the one half. And then it's always that other half that gets me. It's that control half. I was actually curious to find out if this adventure version would play well against control, but I think it's still a bit too slow because control just has too much time to get things going. We don't really have a way of putting them under immediate pressure in the early game, so by the time we get the Qarsi down or something like that, they've really got too much of an advantage, and we just can't from that point on get forward. So I think the big outstanding question for me in general with these Ketramose builds is, how do you get more favorable matchups against control? Because it's clear that they have favorable matchups against creature decks and also Reanimator decks. And, you know, it's just that control strategy that we just have to figure out how to make the deck at least be competitive there and not feel like it's kind of almost like an auto loss. So that's the thing I want to think about. If you guys have any ideas on that as well, please let me know. But that will be the gameplay for today, and I do hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, stay tuned and consider subscribing, because there's going to be more nostalgic necro coming soon.